Hello everyone, my name's Sara and welcome to my channel. For this first video, I want to explain who I am, why I decided to start doing these videos, and really what my vision is for the future of this channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so who am I? I am a transsexual woman. I have been on hormones for just over a year now. I started last March. I haven't done any surgeries or anything like that, so I'm still very early in my transition, actually. So I guess y'all will be here to kind of bear witness to that. I'm also politically a libertarian. Um, I know a lot of you have probably found this channel from my Twitter account. But there's also a lot more to me besides, those two things that most people recognize immediately from me. I served for 7.5 years in the Army as a logistics officer. I was in the 82nd and the 101st. I deployed to Afghanistan in 2013. I earned a Bronze Star there as well as a Combat Action Badge. I also have a few other passions in my life, so I've always felt it was my life's mission, I guess, to help people. So being in the Army was the first kind of step I took in that direction. Um, when I got out of the Army, I was employed by a company who does, they do stuff with clinical trials. They weren't like one of the big pharma companies, but we did stuff with clinical trials, and we were able to, help people. And even though we were doing stuff for big pharma, it was good to know that what we were actually doing on a daily basis was actually going out to helping people. So it was a good first step out of the Army. Currently, I'm not employed. I started a company called Steuben'sLTD.com. I'll have the link below for that. And this is kind of the next step. It's a philanthropy company where we always have 10% of everything we sell always goes to charities. Usually we're doing stuff for veterans organizations or LGBT organizations. Like, I'm a member of the local Atlanta Pink Pistols organization, so like we are trying to raise money for our pride events and stuff like that. So the company itself really is designed to sell and then make profits, but also have some of those profits go and help other people as well. Currently, right now, during the coronavirus shutdown, there's a complete coronavirus line on there that has that 100% of those profits are going to local food banks, actually. So everything that you're doing on there, it's going to help people, because everything else is also 10% of everything else on the site is also going to those local food banks. Now we're probably going to switch that up come probably May 1st, because with Memorial Day coming up and Pride Month coming up in June, we really want to broaden out to those events again, because though everything is focused right now on coronavirus, we have to go out and we have to, those other charities still need our help. And I guess saying that too, you'll also notice I am a volunteer, so I don't believe in big government. I believe that, the individuals, charities can actually do what government's supposed to do, or what government does right now if we give them a chance. Now, one of the other things I'm kind of passionate about is writing, and I didn't know this until actually recently. A friend of mine started a website and said I could, write on there and kind of promote some stuff. So the website's 934.com. Again, that link will be below as well. It's really opened my eyes, and it gives me an outlet to be able to express the views I want. And a lot of that is the positivity, because I am a crazy optimist. I can usually see the positive side to any situation. My first article was, what I just told you about that we're doing with my company. The second article was just about, looking at the good side of what of the coronavirus. There's no good side to the virus, but there are positive aspects that we can look at going forward to include like your pets. Your pets are at home. You're at home with your pets all day. They're excited about it. And that's, I mean, if you've seen any of my other stuff, if you follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, I am a very passionate dog mama to Stella. She is a 50-pound, almost 2 years old lab pit bull mix, and she is the sweetest thing in the world. And finally, really, I'm very passionate about LGBT issues. I think, there's a divide in the community right now with, where things are going, and so I really think that the more of us that get out there and speak up, and really not just speak up about our views, but really come together and have people opposing views that can talk about this stuff. I mean, I'm the type of person that I can talk to just about anybody in an intellectual conversation. The problem we're having right now is that it's getting emotional and it's getting personal. Whereas during an intellectual conversation, it shouldn't have those effects, right? You're talking opinions and facts, and nobody's invalidating anybody else's opinions. So, I mean, I've had people that I've talked to. I mean, I've talked to full-blown Stalinists, and actually had amazing conversations, because I don't take things personally when people say them. I don't feel attacked. If I don't know my argument, then I'm going to go research it more. Then I need to do some more stuff. And it's either I change my argument or I build a stronger, fact base to go off of. And so that's where I think that the community itself needs to kind of come together and realize that we don't all think the same. Okay, so now to why I started this channel. And there's actually a few reasons. I mean, I have wanted to get my voice out there, be heard a little bit more. And to be quite honest, being on camera and putting it out to the world, it scares me to death. Seriously, like just doing this, it scares me. For one of my biggest points of dysphoria still is my voice. I know that that's what gives me away a lot of times. And I just never been really comfortable in front of a camera. I've been able to jump out of airplanes. I've been in front of hundreds of soldiers giving briefs. I can go out and talk to anybody. I can get on a conference call. I can get on a video Skype and talk to just about anybody. But getting in front of the camera, it just scares the crap out of me. So this is like a big step for me to be able to do this. And really what kind of pushed me into it, I guess I was actually getting ready to kind of start doing this stuff. And then I watched Blair White's video about meeting Caitlyn Jenner. And Caitlyn's advice to her was, do what scares you. And that is always what I've done. Like, I was afraid of heights before I jumped out of an airplane. I've always faced my fears. And then just to hear it in that video was like a sign to me as well. And then the other sign came when you might have seen me. I made a quick appearance in Ariel Scarcella's last video. She messaged me, asked me to be in the video, and I said, absolutely. I'm looking at starting my own video, YouTube video channel as well. So I did it, and that was kind of my first video that I've ever done before this one. It's really, it's gonna be free, and I hope you guys like it. I hope, I also, one of the main reasons why I wanted to start this channel was because I have a voice. As I said before, LGBT issues, they're an interest. I think I bring something a quality to the table that a lot of people don't see. I think that more of us need to speak out, be who we are. There needs to be many more, especially trans people getting out there and talking, because there are a select few people that are talking for us in the community. Um, and in a lot of ways, it's not good for our image in some ways. I mean, I'm not saying everybody that is, but there's a lot that needs to be done, and I think that the more voices that are out there are it can only help. You know, um, I absolutely want to make this a channel that can bring those voices there. And so I guess with that we can move on to like what the future of this channel really is, right? And I really, what I'm looking at when I'm doing this channel is I want to make it like free form, free based. I really am not giving myself like any rules when it comes to it. Like I said, I don't want it to be all about trans issues or politics or anything like that. I just want it to be a fun place to come and share stuff and share parts of my life with you guys. Even like I mentioned on Twitter yesterday that I've been cooking so much lately and I'm not like a professional cook or anything like that. So I want to throw, just get to some of the basics, because I think also even with cooking, people don't know how to cook. They're afraid to cook, and they're afraid to make mistakes when cooking. So my philosophy on that really is, I don't follow rules when it comes to cooking. There's only a few things you kind of got to follow rules, and that's like over salting, like over like a lot of like seasonings, really, putting seasonings together. But I mean, I'll probably even just teach like the basics of how do you scramble an egg, because there's people that don't even know how to do that. And then just kind of go into like what I like, what I like to cook. So there's going to be that aspect of it. Also, as I told you guys before, I'm writing for 931, and my latest article is actually from a book idea I had. So that book idea is, the difference between men and women, the trans perspective, and a lot of people have shared that they think I have an interesting perspective on it, and a lot of people want to hear that perspective. So what I plan to do is that's going to be a series. Go read the current one, because it's on communication between men and women, or just couples in general. Just the difference between that men and women communicate with each other. The next one is actually going to be on emotions. And it's all based on my personal experience, so it's a really deep dive into who I am. I hope to write, a chapter or a part, which it was supposed to be a book, so it's, but I'm doing it in blog form now. So write a part, come on here, and then hopefully release a video within like the next day or so, or hopefully I can do it at the same time. I can give because I want to get people on here to discuss what I wrote and what their experiences are. Especially, I've reached out to some of my other friends who are female to male, and other male to females, and just generally women and men. I just want anybody on here to kind of come and discuss. So that will be a thing. Hopefully I can release them kind of simultaneously, figure out a way to do that. And then, so you'll be able to come here to this channel after reading the article and see kind of like an after action review on it, for lack of a better term, right? So that's really the next step. And then obviously, I'll probably talk a lot of politics, a lot of trans issues, give my opinions. Hopefully I can get onto some other channels and really make a difference in the community, because even still, again, this is I'm here to help people. I want to help people. That's the other thing. I want to have people on here that disagree with the way I think about things, without getting personal, having good discussions, good quality discussions, and hopefully people won't chastise them for coming on my channel and being like, you know, calling me all sorts of names, because I do get called a bunch of names just for my viewpoints, and that's not right. And I think that's why a lot of people are shy about expressing their views right now. So subscribe to all my stuff. Links are below. Until next time, if you have any questions, concerns, hit me up. If you have any ideas of, you want to be on the channel or anything like that, please email me as well. It's kind of open. It's going to be an open forum chat, and I look forward to continuing to do this and, expanding my horizons and doing stuff that makes me uncomfortable. Okay? Thanks.